Hello, folks, and I am back. Ooh, excuse me. Right after dinner. Excuse me. I'm hoping to get into a dungeon here, so I kind of ended up rushing it a little. Someone else needed to do, BRD, so... the Nixie attunement, so... I want to make sure I got in on that, because that's beneficial to me. I need to do it too. I'm just gonna check guild chat, so give me 1 sec. Hey folks, I'm back. /G, hey all. There we go. I'm gonna just put these up. I'm very tempted in grabbing some Blackrock ore though, like cashing out everything I have on it. Just sell the current price. I just want to get it moved. Ooh, price has really dropped. Okay, there we go. Ooh, excuse me. Not sure if I'm even selling this at a profit, but I just kind of want to get it moved. Jesus Christ, that price jumped. Help if my cursor stopped getting stuck on the screen. Wow. Alright.
What can I do for you?
Okay, this is a bit loud. I had this set up to do some checking of footage last night. The phone behind yet again on everything. 40 slots is fine. Okay, I'm gonna be cheeky. I'm nervous in asking. Um, but I'm gonna grab all the Blackrock ore I can. I'll set up all the auctions I can, and I'm gonna grab all the Blackrock ore I have, Black Iron ore I have, and finally, grab all the ore I have, grab all the ore in the auction house that I can afford, and then I might hold it till Molten Core comes out. Ugh, god damn it. Awesome. Oh, wait. How much do I have? I'm gonna buy a shit ton. Shopping. Easiest way to get this up would be use dark iron, search. Okay, that was weird. Please don't lag me the fuck out. My settings were glitchy. I should have bought this the other day. Alright, I've bought what's profitable. I'm just bringing this on the off chance we go this far. I feel awkward in asking. That's just me for you. Yeah. What a mountain. Seriously? Yeah. Oh, excuse me.
For the Alliance.
I'm annoyed that Dark Iron has gone that way. Should have bought it the other day, but I was holding off because I was like, I don't know when I'll next do it. No, it's not profitable. Now, price could go up, especially once BRD becomes, once Molten Core becomes a thing. Currently, they have the 2 world bosses out, Jurgos and Onyxia, but once Molten Core becomes a thing, and you can craft the Legendary, which requires 20 bars, the price is going to go up.
King's honor, friend.
I'll probably hold on to these bars till then.
Be careful.
There we go. Ooh. Ah. Come on, come on. It's a friggin' shame I couldn't buy more because I was willing to spend everything I had, but it has to be profitable. And it just wasn't profitable. I would have accepted, given the pricing, it would have to be a couple of gold profit because of the bank fee. I need to get more levels, I need to get more XP, but I will probably do another grind session soon. I've been having some enjoyment doing them. I've been listening to DM. Ah, there's two different terms for the same role, and since his name is, I think it's Game Master, so GM. Basically, Game Master and Dungeon Master mean the same thing. It's a person running a D&D game. So I just keep blanking on what his name is because it's the same title. It's one of those two titles, and since both titles mean the same thing, I blank on it. The dinner's kind of stuck in my chest. Bit of anxiety about something else, and then like hurrying to make sure I didn't get left behind. Didn't help. But I'm just excited to finally get this done because it's lingering my quest log, and I don't want not to have it finished. Nope. It's rude. I thought it was going to be something else. Thought, I didn't see raspberry as a rude thing, you know? Blowing a raspberry. I didn't think of it in a rude sense. Awkward. As long as it's not a guilty, I don't care. No, I still care. Immensely. Honestly, I didn't think you had to go so far into depths to smelt things. I thought you just had to get to the anvil. That one boss guards. I didn't think you had to go through the vast majority of the dungeon. Hmm. When I do hit a higher level, like say when I hit 60, and if I'm doing like grinds for ore, I'll probably end up hitting up the plague lands. I'll probably end up grinding for um, scourge stones while I'm at it. You know, killing. I was going to say plague victims. Killing the plagued and gathering them because I need Argent Ore and Rep 2 for some of their blueprints. They also give food, so there is some nice strength food off them. So that may be that will be competition for the strength food I want to sell via my cooking skill. One thing is though, you have to go to the plague lands to get it, while mine can just be bought off the auction house. I do wait, no, that's not the one you have to use. That's the one you have to use. So if I were to jump down to it, if I jump onto the wharf head, I'll probably make it. Oh yeah, I had to listen to most of that section on Bellier, but um, um, the Bellier Gaming um, the Bellular gaming video where they were talking about the issues with the war. Um, the I had a look at the Bellular gaming video where there's talk about issues with the WoW lore, and what it turned out to be was Chronicles had tons of miscanoninity to them. Well, it had fuck ups to it. Chronicle 4, that as of his video wasn't out yet I think he said the UK, but I don't know. I thought he was in Ireland. Maybe he's over in the UK now. But anyway, Chronicle 4 isn't out yet, but someone else had put together a breakdown of it. And what they said was in Chronicles, apparently the whole Alliance war campaign in BFA takes place before the Horde even land on Zoldazar. Zoldazar? The troll place. Before the Horde even end up in Zoldazar, the Alliance has done its campaign and they have the fleet. And it's only Ashvane being broken out is what encourages Sylvanas to make her moves. Yeah. So it ends up disagreeing with lore that we've seen, and I can grab this quest now. It disagrees with the lore we see in game. It disagrees with like there's like horde atrocities that have taken place before the horde even land in Coltiris, end up in Zoldazar. Never mind going to Coltiris. There's horde atrocities that take place in the Tiragard, I think it was, that, or actually no, maybe it was elsewhere. There's horde atrocities that take place somewhere, and that apparently happens before the horde even end up in Zoldazar, even though they were striking out from Zoldazar. So yeah, apparently what had happened was they'd fired a lot of their lore masters, and with them gone, and they hired in some new people, but the new people weren't like the new guy wasn't intimate with Warcraft, which is fine. But he didn't also have the people who would have taught him about Warcraft. There was people that dealt with the onboarding of staff among those war team that were also fired. They would be putting together stuff to teach the new staff about Warcraft so that they got stuff right, and they all got fired. Apparently, even though those people were there, the execs wouldn't always listen to them too. They would ignore them or decide things weren't relevant enough to fix. So, yeah, they would, do shit like that. So that's why even before they got fired, there was probably issues because, while they may, who knows, maybe they brought stuff up, but the execs didn't care to fix it. So while it can be, like, I know I probably decided to fall into it myself, it can be easy to blame WoW's poor writing on just writers, or they may bear some responsibility. There could very well be, a lot of executive meddling. Maybe the higher ups want to go a particular way with the story, and don't care about the issues of getting the story to that point. They just force it artificially, like Lance and Horda being at peace. Belial brought up how there's no reparations for the Fourth War that the Horde waged. That, the burning of Teldrassil. They claimed that Sylvanas' vengeance was over when she never got to even fight. Sorry, not Sylvanas. Tyranda's vengeance was over when she never even got to fight Sylvanas. I think she got to kill Nathanios, but he's gonna be resurrected at some point. So, yeah. I think they said that was her vengeance gotten, killing him. So it's just like, no. Some of these are my additions, some was just taken from him. So, yeah. Basically, they fired a lot of their lore quality control team. And they fired a lot of their lore quality control team, and then hired in new people that weren't intimate with it, and that led to problems. Like having a Vrykul ship on the alternate universe Draenor map. Makes no sense. That's within Chronicles. And this is meant to be a lore bible that's riddled with lore issues. So, and even when they had that team, they weren't listening to them. I'm not sure if they brought up complaints or not, but let's presume they were, good at their job and, note the issues I talk about. They weren't listening to them. They discarded them and moved on. So, unlike Bowler, I don't have that, intimate knowledge. Like, he knows people on the inside. I don't. I'm just some random guy talking in his bedroom. So, yeah. So, they may have had those war teams, but they're still running into issues, forgetting characters existed. Like the human Death Knight. He's buddies with that Blood Elf Death Knight. That human Death Knight has a sister. And he claims he's no family now. Even though she went back home to Stormwind to wait his return, he claims now that he has no friends or family. Thing is, that's the same line the Blood Elf said, so it's probably just a mistake by Blizzard's part. Maybe they use the same lines for the two of them to emphasize how, how much alike they are. When it makes sense, the Blood Elf has no one left because of his storyline, but the other guy has a sister, they just forgot about her. So, they have made lore errors before, but they're going to be making more now because their lore master team, lore historians, are gone. Fired. It's not a good situation. The fabric of a Witcher world is woven is most delicate. It merely takes some knowledge and the application of said knowledge to tear the fabric. It is thusly that rifts are born. Rifts tear and collapse all around us, human. Not 2 paces from where I stand is a tear leading into the depths of Blackrock Mountain, into the... It's gone. Shame. Oh, folks, and have returned. Sorry about that. Dogs were getting fed earlier, and that interrupted the set. They were very excited. So, I called it there, as the dungeon wasn't going ahead. And, I'm finally getting back now. I grabbed the quest while I was there, and I'll finish reading it now. Rifts stir, tear, and collapse all around us, human. Not 2 paces from where I stand is a tear leading towards the depths of Blackrock Mountain, into the maw of the Fire Lord. Surprised? Pity. The mortal races cannot comprehend that which they cannot see, touch, or feel. I assure you the portal is there and access is possible. I've piqued your interest. Attunement is simple. Venture into Blackrock depths and retrieve a core fragment. Return it to me, and I shall attune your essence with the portal. Came back here to see how the auctions were going. And that's fantastic to see. Though I'm starting to feel like maybe I should put one up at once in a while, or just sell what's left. Ooh. Sister Gold. Forgot to actually grab the extra ore while I was gone. And it might have been enough for an extra thing anyway. It's only 7. Unless no. I don't think any of the stacks were shy a guy, so... But I did have stuff left over. That's beautiful. That's perfect. So it was an extra bar. That's something. Okay. Now it's profitable? But this looks worse than ever. I'm questioning your maths on this game. Okay, I'm gonna stop this footage. Okay. Let me get up XSplit for a second. Well, the name of my video folder is XSplit. Though the spacing on it is not looking right. Whatever. The cost of craft has gone down. I didn't highlight out the individual pricing though. Okay, the price of the ore has dropped from tree gold 88 silver to tree gold 40, and that does add up. Given how many... And I think the pricing is about the same on the top side. Okay, that was weird. can hear past me talking. Okay. Just close it. I'm gonna hold off on buying any more anyway. Part of me feels I should have it, because who knows what the pricing on it will be when I go back, when I go to do this again. But right now, it's not feeling profitable enough. Given the pricings I'm going to be selling things at, I want the margin to be more in my favor. I'm going to be selling things at 30 gold. When I sold them for 20 gold, it was only like 10 silver. 20 silver. So, I suppose the margins are good enough. Sell it over 30, and I'll make at least a few gold profit apiece. Okay. Should have bought it before the when the ore was cheaper. It's like one gold something. Sweet chimney. Thank you. That stack of 10, baby. I will still be selling them all at the same pricing. Okay, there's none too exciting there. I think I will go on another grind, though. Okay, now I just need to worry about making more money. The Dark Iron Bards are a longer scheme plan. I want to have a huge bulk going into BRD because of how difficult it is to get that far within BRD here in Classic. You can't just run in as a solo, you know? Probably even not at 60. So, probably not anyway. I want to go in with as much Dark Iron ore as I can, and I want to sell it, you know, at a big enough profit and all this. With the other stuff, I don't mind playing differently. Okay, keeps going ridiculous. The other stuff is day-to-day trading. The other thing is a festival. Okay, I have stuff up here. I've even listed it at a lower price, I think, to try and get it to sell. Some of it anyway. And it's still not selling. Maybe some of it sold, don't know. It's a little annoying. I think Dragon Breath Chili may have seen its days. Might hold on to it for myself as a staff food. Tender wolf meat's gotten too expensive. Okay, this is like minute 25 of trying to do this. Got distracted by a game there on Steam called The Last Descendant. It's added to my wishlist before, but I just took it out there. Ended up getting distracted by it. I was like, ooh, what's this? Right when I started to set. And it seemed like an interesting game, but someone was claiming that they have 2 kernel level anti-cheats to it. Seems a little ridiculous. Not sure I'm buying 2. But the idea of it even having 1 is a little too much for me. That's why I stopped playing Destiny 2. So, and I will stop playing WoW if they ever add it. Kernel level anti-cheat. I will drop it. I've heard horror stories about how bad they are. Then a friend was saying that they weren't quite as bad. He's an IT guy. Um, he's saying kernel level anti-cheat's not that bad, but he's not a fan of it either. Like the horror stories I was hearing made it sound like they basically own your PC now. But he was saying that it's not that bad. That it's but they could say control the speed your fan moves at. Like they have such random detail, random control, intimate control like that. Um, he's not a fan of it. So the idea of it having something like that is too much. Then the person was pointing out what they claimed to be scanning, like looking at on your rig, which was everything. And I did look at it, and it did say that it looked at what's about your hard drives and what was on your hard drives. Now that may be more ominous than it's meant to sound. Well, it sounds more ominous than it is, as some things do. In some of these contracts, they talk about wanting your ID. It's because they come from China or Korea, where you have to tie your personal ID into everything. So one person may say they take game addiction seriously over there. Someone else may say it's because they believe in a high level of control over the individual over there. Tomato, tomato. Uh, moving on. But so over here that may sound very ominous. Like, why do they want my ID? They don't. It's only in Asian countries do they want your ID. Um, over here they don't. So maybe this just sounds more ominous than it is. Maybe it's just looking at your hard drive in relation to installing stuff, say. Maybe that's as far as it went, but it sounds sketchy. It sounds scary. And the way the person made it sound was that they didn't even make any of your information they glean off anonymous. They kept your name attached to it all. Now I'm not sure if that's true, but it just sounds scary. So I've been having a look since, I would go a bit further, talk a bit more, then redo it, and I've been having a look here as to what I could make. There's nothing in the cooking world, and our world is very limited. Look. Oh, this has just gotten worse. You're the same. You've changed slightly, but still not good. You've gotten slightly better. Shock. So, yeah. So, if I make iron, I could then make steel and pass the profits on. And so make 6 silver. But I'm not sure how well it would sell. If I made 100 iron, then 50 steel. 50 iron into the steel. And sold them, might be something. You can't double down make too much of a thing, because otherwise you'll just get undercut. You need to have it sold off, and then put up more. You need to do it in small enough batches. So, cancelling. Now I'm up to 12 bars, and I did grab that really cheap ore. It's beautiful. Oh, baby. No, I can't. I'm bankrupting myself. Okay, now, if I can sell these bars at 32 quid, I'm making 33 quid. I'm making 12 gold profit per bar of these that I bought here. I bought 48. If I can sell these 6 bars at that, that's that's beautiful. Anyway, I've kind of bankrupted myself a bit there. So I am going to buy that 100 steel. A 100 iron. And I'll buy some mithril too. Mithril sells pretty well. Yeah, no, don't. Check it out again. I could probably make. Oh, yeah, great. Are you sure you're still shit? Yes. Yes. It's a little better, but I'm a little paranoid on the. This does account for the market gap, the market price. It does seem to account for it. That's beautiful. So, if it actually sells, I could justify it. Sure. That's all I can buy. I kind of bankrupted myself with how gung-ho I went there on the Dark Iron. I'm going to have to do that BRD run soon now. There's no two ways about it. I just saw that pricing so low, I had to go for it.
Well met.
But yeah, I just saw that pricing so low, I had to go for it. Because it's been a while since it was that low, and I had to grab it when it was. Of course, I'll be sad if it goes lower. Oh, I just got a whisper from a guildie. Let me turn this off. Or no, I'll rotate it a little. It's just aimed at me. They just went off. A guildie wants to move stuff from one alt to another, though I'm not sure why they don't just mail it. Well, I'm recording it right now, so okay. It poses honesty on both sides. Wow, I have so much money now. What? How much dark iron could I buy now? Oh, they're on their way over. Ah, I'll pass the... past 200. Feels wrong to, like... I don't know. I don't mind helping a goalie out, so... They can... There's no fee to it. I just had to stand there for 5 minutes, you know? Though, can you not mail it in this case? Or is there a fee on it? You have to type quick here. Like, I was typing a thing up to the guy in the last session. It's like, just drop me a line next time you're trying, I'll definitely join. But it was already gone. It's just like, you gotta type quickly. So, I don't get to actually express much thought. So... broke again. Anyway, let's go... Actually, let me have a quick look. Okay, iron is that. Yeah, that does account for the cost, the innate cost of coal. So that whatever system is set up there is beautiful. Someone wants an Arcanite Reaper. In theory, I could specialize to make axes, but I want to make swords. I feel I should go for hammers for thematic reasons, but... So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to... Ooh, I still have some dark iron on me. Need to get that back. I'm gonna go do some quests, and then probably then gonna do another grinding session tomorrow, probably. If I have time. Hold on to you. I'll do another grinding session tomorrow if I have time, and try and make some money. Food isn't selling, but I feel like once Molten Core comes out, food will sell. Once it comes out, it will sell like hotcakes. So I don't need to worry too much on that front. Feels the case anyway. So I'll once I'm done putting this stuff up, I'll head to Ratchet and then south. Get the other thing blessed or fixed, and we'll head back north again, back into Felwood. We'll land in Asheville and ride up, though that's gonna be a pissant because of how arse about it is. May just want to ride north through Barrens. Probably tempted in going back to Dota, but I really don't remember how to play that game. Tried it again a while back, but it just did not go well. It went so poorly I never put that footage up. I had to delete a ton of saves earlier to make space on my PC. I had a ton of like RimWorld saves, old RimWorld saves, Warcraft 3 saves, and StarCraft saves. I had to delete a lot of them because like Warcraft 3 folder was no, the RimWorld folder was like 35 gig, over 30 gig, and I tweeted about it ages back how big it was. I think I've included the like picture of the properties of the folder. Um, then there was like it was over 10 gig for those game folders. I think one was 20 gig. So I went through and deleted, like pruned them all, and I also deleted some other games off my PC, and I ended up freeing up another 100 gig. The space is just disappearing. I'm looking to get another 8 terabyte hard drive soon, and I will probably retire my smaller hard drive, the older the 3. I'll just load it up with like footage I'm done with, and leave it, and then move new footage to the other hard drives, stuff that I haven't handled yet. I really want to get one that's like 24 terabytes. I would love to actually back up all my footage onto my PC, or even the stuff that I've deleted. Like I have the source. I'm holding onto the source files now. I would love to back up all the footage I've uploaded onto my piece, onto a hard drive, and keep them. That way, if anything happens, I can just boom. Like here's 40 terabytes of data. Sup. And casually flipping off the new service as I crush their infrastructure. And I've accidentally brought up Steam Big Picture mode. Yes, yes, you're very flamboyant. I hit the... I did it again. To Alt Tab here handily. I hit the Xbox button here on my phone, on my controller, and that lets me Alt Tab easy. But then sometimes I make mistakes, and that opens. Tedious. But here, I'll be back in a bit. I'll finish this up, and then we'll get on with stuff, as I haven't really done much play at all, and it's been like 40, 50 minutes. Let's get something done, eh? 43, 44, 45, 46. Let us continue.
Off with ya.
I wish I had better AoE. If I want to try and run old dungeons, I need better cleave. Like if I want to run old dungeons for loot, I need better cleave. My single target is fine, but I'm not just fighting one-on-one enemies, you know? And, well, there's too many enemies to just use single target. You saw how well not Showman's, not Stockholm either, Stockades. You saw how well Stockades went. I died because of lack of AoE and the constantly getting disarmed. That didn't help. But it was also the lack of, AoE. The lack of ability to deal damage on so many fronts. That killed me. fuck's sake. Well, that was very annoying. That's not what I was fuck's saking about. I just thought I... buy portals so my children can go to Dalren University. I heard a bang from downstairs. And I'm just like, oh god damn it, what did Nero knock now? Trust me when I said investigating what's happened hasn't gone well for me before, so I'm not really excited to go down and check it out. Basically, Animal went cracked and made a mess, and it's just like... It was fun to clean up with my OCD. Fun. Since I'm at the booty bay, I can grab the... I'm just gonna say Nero missed... fucked up his jump. I'm just gonna say he fucked up his jump. Oh, folks, and I'm back. Went down, checked. Couldn't find out what the bang was. Assume it was just Nero or maybe the neighbors. Had to check. I remembered. Oh shit, Marley. It just there's frequently bangs from Nero just figuring around the place, either knocking something or tripping, and so I like instinctively start writing it off. But then I was like, you know, Marley's not well. Maybe he fell. So I had to check. Some saucies is going on down in guild, so I'm just gonna check. 1 sec. Okay, I wasn't that saucy. 40, 41, 42, 43. It's funny how the best blacksmith in the land is a friggin' goblin. I don't really respect goblins, gonna be honest here. I don't respect gnomes either. They're both unstable.
Time is money, friend. Keep it real.
Yeah, go to some smith. What, do you think the dwarves are the ones worth their weight in anvils? Fine, be that way. Go get a dwarf to help you. I would if I could, mate. Just do it. Oh wait. Probably not that relevant. Waste. This stuff grayed out like 10 levels ago. Seriously? Enchanters, do you not want a bar? Do you not want a rod? Jesus Christ. I wasted one of those. I'm gonna have to AFK again, something's bugging me. Hey folks, and I'm back. Seems I missed the boat, but that's fine. I think I'm gonna do this video in 2 parts. Part A, trying to do a dungeon. Part B, Part A's trying to do a dungeon and gubbins with voice acting or with commentary, and then the part B will be um, part B will be actual gameplay or something like that, provided I remember. Oh, let's hope I do. You know, I think that island gets bigger in Kata. Like there's more of a sandbar on this side too. You know, with the writing, like I feel like there's so much that goes on in, um, well, that's kind of forgotten by the writers or by the story. Like, the Horde never faces punishment for the Fourth War. They just move on from it. The Alliance and Horde are buddies now. Oh, that's apparently the angle being pushed. Apparently, I'm not sure how much, how bad it actually is. I've I've been seeing like the pushes for like we need unity between the two, but I'm not sure how they're actually handling it. I hope they aren't trying to forget the like previous 20 years of bloodshed. But basically, what I'm trying to get at is, I wonder, like, what's going on in the writing room? What's going on with the like stories for WoW? Is there someone on top just like handing out a proclamation for this is what the next expansion is going to be about, make it so, and so people have to just like push ahead and do things, or are they honestly just forgetting about the other details, and that's what leading to the incongruencies? Because they're saying that they're moving away from the war in Warcraft. Like there is not going to be the war between Horde and Alliance anymore, even though like you're just kind of doing it like that's not something you can just be over with. Actually ending such a generations long blood feud would be a ordeal. Just because the leaders get on doesn't mean that there wouldn't be, you know, rogue elements or like people with grievances, acting on them. So it just feels like they're just arbitrating it without actually considering how much it'll make sense. So I'm not sure if it's just the writers forgetting things or not applying like logic to it, or if it's like someone proclaiming it from on top and everyone else just has to do what they can with. Or am I exaggerating how bad it actually is? Are they actually trying to be all buddy buddy now, or is it actually being handled better in a more terse sort of way? It's hard for me to comment without actually trying, say Dragonflight, without trying the War Within, because that could resolve my things, or maybe it'll just confirm them. No. Just the bits I've been hearing made it sound like they were just like, the Alliance and Horde are buddy buddy now. Like, you can have, Alliance and Horde characters in the same warband, and there's going to be cross-faction guilds now, and you're buddies, and we're moving away from the war. And that's how it made it sound. And it just feels wrong. Like, big part of World of Warcraft was the war between the Horde and the Alliance. And while it was nice the moments where they work together against a bigger threat, there is that like constant blood feud going between them, preventing any sort of lasting peace. That's something you can bring to an end, but it's something that needs to be done over multiple expansions with like strident efforts to keep it going and to end it. The thing that wins in the end is the one that goes further, and if you want to end that storyline, then it would have to be the peace movements. You know, acts of heroism, acts of honor to kind of bring that to a close, inspiring, you know, others to put their grievances aside, because otherwise it just leads to continuing the cycle. Just proclaiming shit does shit all. You know, like, just like, oh, the leaders get on, so everyone does. No, you just get a fucking Defias situation where people, you know, rally together to, like, you know, like, try and lynch some Tauren over it, or, you know, what have you, you know? Like, the reason I bring up Defias is that Defias were trained by a guy that would have taken over SI7 if he hadn't gone rogue. Van Cleef was incredibly high spec. Like, they built that guy up to be goddamn legendary. And he would have taken over if the House of Nobles hadn't screwed him so badly. He was a legitimate threat to Stormwind. They built him up well. So, logically speaking, them, like, the leaders just be like, we get on, so we're all friends now, would lead to a Van Cleef situation where people go rogue. Their family, like, they're survivors of South Shore. They're survivors of the other village that was at South Shore. Here, let me drum up its name since it's still on the map. Hillsbrad. Okay, Hillsbrad Fields. They're survivors of Hillsbrad Fields, where the people there were captured and experimented on by the Horde, where they were planted in fields and either dug out by the Horde player, by the undead player, and fled into the flamethrowers, or they had their heads cracked open as they were buried in the soil. You know, the Horde committed atrocities here, and they never paid for them. They committed atrocities, say, back here in Gilneas, which I can't click on because this is classic. The Forsaken committed horrors on the regular, and they never paid for them. There's the burning of Teldrassil. They amp up the blood feud, and then it's just like, it's over, it's done with. No, it's fucking not. Anyone would see that that would have made it all worse, and that there would be so much more fuel to the generational pyre there. Like, if you want to bring it to an end, that's fine, but you got to do it judiciously. You got to do it in a way that makes sense. And the way we got does not make sense. If you're just arbitrating it and just your buddy now, that doesn't make sense. So I'm hoping that's not what it is, that what I've been hearing just was wrong. You know, just came off wrong, you know? Like, sometimes things can come off like shit, you know? But I wouldn't put it past Blizzard. They've done so many writing gaffes, I wouldn't be surprised. Like, again, apparently in the recent chronicles, they're trying to argue that the whole Alliance war campaign takes place before the Horde even landed Zuldazar, even though there's Horde atrocities happening in called Tyrian territory before the Horde even, start their war campaign. Even though the Horde activities were being launched from Zuldazar. You know? There's plenty of writing gaffes. Blizzard are nice, things are selling. Blizzard are pulling plenty of writing gaffes. I wouldn't be surprised at some more. So. But I do hope I'm wrong. It's just what I've been hearing made it sound that way. That they're just like, we're buddies now and we're moving on from this without really properly doing it. It would have to be a multi-expansion. We're moving away from the war. There's going to be a push for, peace. But there's going to be resistance to it. There is going to be a squabble about it. So, like, if you're going to do something, you have to do it like that. And I'm fine with them moving away from the war, but they have to do it properly. You can't just top down it. You have to. It's a grand transition for the setting. You have to talk about it. You have to go through it. You can't just say we need to work together against the greater threats. You have to get over the grievances that are there, the atrocities that happened. Some characters have to be punished. Some characters maybe even have to die. There has to be a healing. There has to be a excising, Sometimes grievances can be forgotten and moved on from, but other times they can't be. Someone has to be dragged to court, like Rosh, Something has to be done. So, I can only hope that's what they're planning on doing, but it didn't sound like it. It just sounded like they were just arbitrating it and moving on, which is poor writing. Like, I like Warcraft, but they do kind of mess up with it. And I'm kind of sad about that. Will I ever go back to Warcraft? Probably. I'll play through Shadowlands because I have the expansion, but after that I'm not sure. Dragonflight, War Within, so on. I'll wait and see. Right now, not sure I'm that interested. This I'm kind of on a kick of, but beyond that I'm not sure. As for FF14, I'm not really in the mood for it. Knowing that I'm not actually playing FF14, but some other guy's bastardization of it has soured me entirely. I'll probably go back to it because I do have a few expansions of up to Shadowbringer, so I'll probably play up to Shadowbringer, just try and mainline it and move on then. Will anything be taking the MMO slot? I don't know. I might play a bit more Guild Wars. I've played that in ages. Guild Wars 2. I might play a bit more of that. But after that, I'm not sure. I could go back to EVE Online if the mood takes me. I could go do X. I could do Y, I could go try different things, but of the MMOs I'm playing, none's really grabbing me at the moment. I could go try more Elite Dangerous, though apparently they've gone heavy on the microtransactions. Outright buying ships. According to a guy I know. So... Manifestation of water. So I'm up to it. I'm in the mood for it, but it just... Sorry. I'm willing to play Elite Dangerous again, but I'm not sure when I will be willing to do so. So yeah, I'm not sure when I'll do the new expansions for WoW, if I ever will. I'll probably finish Shadowlands and leave it at that for the time being. FF14, I'll finish I'll play through it, probably just focusing on the main quests, and I'll play through Shadowbringer, and then I'll probably call it there because of the bad translations. I can't get invested in it now, knowing that it's screwed up translations wise. It's not the actual story. I just can't get invested in it. After the contrast on that's kind of fucked. Not sure what's wrong with that image. Open Steam again for a second, and just the contrast on the Norland uh, image just seems like dialed up, and it's just kind of painful to look at. Maybe it's because I'm sitting in a dark room, but I never remember that issue before. Anyway, but yeah, I'm not sure what will take the MMO slot. Uh, because at least at the moment I'm not into playing more Elite Dangerous, not into playing more EVE Online, not into playing more WoW or FF14. The MMO slot may go dormant, but that being said, I do have a lot of footage here, both for SOD and for non-SOD. I have a ton more EVE Online to go up. I've fallen behind on uploading that. I have FF14 to upload, a ton of that. At least 30, 40 hours, I'd say. Maybe. Could be 20. Sorry, not 10. Oh, actually, no. There's probably 30, 40, yeah. I still haven't put up the end of the Beastman quests from... Beast Tribe quests from the ARR. Then I have... I have RuneScape to put up. So yeah, I do have a while yet, so who knows, moods might change, or I might find a good good MMO to play. Who knows? But if the slot does get retired, then I'll just have to step up uploading other things instead. Would be a shame to retire it. It's been kind of a constant on my channel, but it is what it is. If there isn't an MMO I'm into playing, I'm not going to play them. So, it is what it is. Honor your heroes. On this day, they've dealt a great blow against one of our most hated enemies. The false war chief, Ren the Black Hand, has fallen. Be baited in the power of the war chief. Drink in his might. Battle for the glory of the Horde. Canonically, this does not happen. Canonically, he survives into Outland. And in the previous war, he survived 25 years after the fall of Ragnaros. 25 years. Meaning, we're talking about Legion time. Maybe. By the time he's killed. If not later. Because Classic to Burning Crusade is like a few months, a year. Then Burning Crusade to Rat is like a year. Rat to Kata, 3 years. And after that, I have no idea. So there's a very small timescale between expansions. So oftentimes it's just like a beat. So there's not like a lull, you know, in universe. It's not like there's a decade between them. So yeah, like Ren the Black Hand in the old war apparently survived for 25 years. Somehow, like... That's another thing that annoys me with Blizzard writing. Oh, you go kill a guy? Yeah, well, yeah, we said it never happened. But I turned in his head. That quest is non-canon. Fuck you. Then why put it in the game? Why make it a quest if it's non-canon? Fuck you. Ugh. I sense you're not just a simple traveler.
Winds be at your back.
You've come further than Manigorek. Respect the elements around you, and you shall fare far greater than most.
May the eternal sun shine upon you. Well met.
She's flagged for PvP. She isn't. I sense you're not just a simple traveler looking for the path to action. Come, sit and rest at our camp. Speak with me when you're ready. You need this water. You need the water from this moon well cleansed. Stopping this force of malice and foul would seems noble enough, but it is not for me to decide if the water will be purified. Not spirits of water. It will be up to them to decide if the cause is just. Give me a moment and I'll tell them of your plea. I hope they're as sympathetic as I am to your cause. I'm anxious. Spirits of water, I give you praise and beg of you a favor. You've heard Gurik's pleas, and I trust his intent is noble. Please, will you aid us? Koshin Fazal und Ventio Felko Gatten Koko Fra Ko Dreno Go Zol Dreno Zols Dreno Koshin Tor Chakorta Dror. Thank you, Great Spirit, thank you.
What brings you?
So he gave you a bottle of Drano. Got it.
May the
Thank
eternal
the spirits,
sun
Gorik.
shine
They are the ones that come to your aid, not me. I give this purified water to you now. Please, give my regards to Greta, and my best wishes. She's tackling something greater than many of us, as I'm sure she'll soon find out. Shadow Council's not a force to be trifled with, Gorik, remember that. Now go. Go now. Take the water and return to Greta. Ah, the Shadow Council ain't shit. I've tons of their talismans sitting in my bank on Palanai. I don't think I'm gonna play for too much longer, which kind of sucks given that I'm not after engaging in gameplay. I'm just tired and thirsty. So I had a drink earlier, but I need a drink now. We're kind of out of juice, so again, I could go to the kitchen and get a drink, but that would require me to work around Pippa. And if she decides it's morning, then we're all fucked. Because she will bark and give out till you come down and sit with her. And I'm not doing that right now. There's so many high elves in Classic WoW. I never noticed. They also had such an odd model.
Talk to me. Keep it real.
And in here, it's a very important goblin. Get us that way.
Kid, I ain't got all day.
He was in Warcraft 3, in the Rexar campaign. Oh, this is new. Satisfied that the small world had been ordered, and that the work was done, the Titans prepared to leave Azeroth. However, before they departed, they charged the greatest species of the world with the task, watching over Kalimdor, lest any force should threaten its perfect tranquility. In that age, there were many dragonflights, yet there were 5 flights that held dominion over their brethren. It was these 5 flights that the Titans chose to shepherd the budding world. The greatest members of the Pantheon imbued a portion of their power upon each of the flight's leaders. These majestic dragons, as listed below, became known as the Great Aspects, or the Dragon Aspects. Amatul, the High Father of the Pantheon, bestowed a portion of his cosmic power upon the massive bronze dragon Norzdomu. The High Father empowered Norzdomu to guard time itself, and police the ever-spinning pathways of fate and destiny. The stoic, honorable Norzdomu became known as the Timeless One. Eonar, the Titan Pantheon of all life, gave a portion of her power to the Red Leviathan Alexstrasza. Ever after, Alexstrasza would be known as the Lifebinder, and should work to safeguard all living creatures within the world. Due to her supreme wisdom and limitless compassion for all living things, Alexstrasza was crowned the Dragon Queen, and given dominion over her kind. Eonar also blessed Alexstrasza's younger sister, the lit green dragon Ysera, with a portion of nature's influence. Ysera fell into an eternal trance, bound to the waking dream of creation. Known as the Dreamer, she would watch over the growing wilds of the world from a verdant realm, the Emerald Dream. Norgaden, the Titan Lorekeeper and Master Magician, granted the Blue Dragon, Malgos, a portion of his vast power. From then on, Malgos will be known as the Spellweaver, the guardian of magic and hidden arcanum. Gazgoroth, the Titan Shaper and Forger of the world, bestowed some of his vast power upon the mighty black worm, Notarian. The great-hearted Notarian, known ever afterwards as the Earth Warder, was given dominion over the earth and the deep places of the world. He embodied the strength of the world and served as Alexstrasza's greatest supporter. Thus empowered, the five aspects were charged with the world's defense in the Titan's absence. With the dragons prepared to safeguard creation, Titans left Azeroth behind forever. Fortunately, it was only a matter of time before Sargeras learned of the newborn world's existence. The dragons have never really been able to fulfill that job. The kind of job, well, they got their shit kicked in when Sargeras turned up, primarily because one of their quintet went evil. But anyway, ignoring that.